Please guide our decision-making today as we vote on committee items. Always remind us that our votes affect someone in one way or another. Thank you, Lord, for all the hardworking employees in this county. Thank you for my commissioner colleagues, our legislative aides, our amazing commission staff, the CEO, his administration, and the department heads who work alongside of us to make this a better community every day. Lord, I ask a special blessing on the families of our colleagues who in the past several years have passed away. We remember the Leland family, the Ware family, the Napoleon family, and the Clark Coleman family. Please give them a special peace at this time of the year. Lastly, Lord, for all of us who celebrate Christmas, please help us relax during the holiday and think of the real meaning of the season. Thank you for sending your son into this world for the redemption of all of us. Amen. Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah.
Thank you so much, Deaconess Marecki. We appreciate you today. Thank you for that incredible prayer. Thank you so much. Madam Clerk, next item, please.
Reading, correcting, and approval of the journal.
Okay, moved by Commissioner Vice Chair Baydun, supported by Vice Chair Palomera. Any corrections, deletions to the journal? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carries.
Okay, thank you so much. Next item.
Report from the chair.
At this time, I would like to yield the floor for a special presentation by Commissioner Tim Killeen and Commissioner Monique Baker McCormick.
Morning, everybody. Oh, here's a little secret about the Wayne County Commission. We are listed on the website and in the phone book by district. So District 1 is the first number listed. And we get a lot of calls because we're the first number listed. So we have a resolution today for this young lady we'll introduce here. Turns out it was Commissioner Baker McCormick's district. So we're gonna do this jointly to honor Lena Michelle. Whereas it's great pride and pleasure that we, the members of the Wayne County Commission, join in recognizing Lena Michelle, a 17-time international independent award-winning soul artist and R&B empress. For her significant contributions in promoting Wayne County and the city of Detroit globally for the past 16 years, Ms. Michelle's success as an independent artist highlights her exceptional talent and entrepreneurial skill, including her global accolades and groundbreaking achievements such as her performance at the Little Caesar Arena's subsequent museum exhibit. A Detroit native, Lena Michelle began writing music at age 3, highlighted by her composition of Save the Money, and expanding her to her personal storytelling, mood-driven therapeutic themes into R&B and soul. Lena Michelle has been honored for her achievements by receiving the Spirit of Detroit Award in 2019 for her community presence, the Thick Nation Awards for Entertainment and Album of the Year in 2018, and Female Artist of the Year awarded by Independent Music in 2020. Whereas citing the legendary Aretha Franklin as an influence in her work, Lena Michelle has been an advocate for mental health and healing, openly discussing music and writing as therapeutic tools, along with a strong voice for independent artists and the importance of knowing one's worth in negotiating fair pay and demanding recognition. Therefore, be it resolved, the Wayne County Commission recognizes Lena Michelle for her talents and contributions to the music industry and wishes her many more years of health, happiness, and spiritual familiarity. So I'll turn it over to Commissioner Baker McCormick.
I just want to acknowledge the work that you have done in our community in District 6 in particular, but for our country as a R&B artist. We just want to congratulate you on all of your work. And we're here today to honor you. So come on up and say a few words. Yes.
I just thought you might want to be closer.
I just want to say thank you. I noticed that my manager / husband told that I wrote my first song at the age of 3. If my mom was up here, she'd probably sing it for you, but nope, I'm not about to sing it. I'm proud to be a Detroiter. I'm proud to be a resident of Wayne County. And I just thank God for all my blessings. There's more to come. As long as I'm walking and talking and I'm able to do it, I'm going to do the Lord's work. So thank you.
Amen.
Thank you. Oh,
Lift it
I
up,
can
so.
do a little bit. I was born by the river in a little tent. And oh, just like the river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, and I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die. 'Cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, and I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. Just wanted to do a little bit.
Well, thank you. That's a way to start.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's how we start a great meeting and end a great year. Thank you and congratulations. Let's give her another round of applause. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, now, guess we'll get down to some additional business. And please, don't mind the flowers being distributed about 45 minutes late, so don't mind that at all. And Madam Clerk, next item, please.
We're moving to unfinished business. There is none listed. We're going to offering of all petitions, ordinances, resolutions, and presentations. There are none listed. We're moving to reports from committees. Report A is from the Committee on Economic Development. There are 3 items listed.
Thank you so much. And for those of you who are new to the Wayne County Commission, we operate in committee, and the items that are here listed were sent to committee, vetted by commissioners, and they're here at the full board meeting for final distribution. Commissioner Anderson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The committee met on these 3 items and passed item 1 to full board, and the other 2 are just receive and file, which we are recommending that also.
Okay. Item number 1 is approval, and item 2 and 3 are for receive and file, moved by Commissioner Anderson, supported by Vice Chair Pro Tem Baydoun. Any discussion on the items on the Economic Development Report? Commissioner Killeen.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And on item 1, magnetometers for the downtown Detroit partnership, $200,000. There's a note here that approval is contingent upon adding language regarding the potential sale of the items. Did we receive that?
The language was added to the resolution.
It has been.
Yes.
So what does it say now about the possible sale of these items?
Commission Counsel?
Through the chair to this honorable body, it indicates that notice is to be given to the county commission in the county
If they sell them?
if they
So
intend
there's
to
no
sell.
prohibition?
That is correct. But
Okay.
there is a prohibition that they cannot do anything for a 3-year period. So they must use it for the purpose stated, which is for the public events, including allowing the county use of those items for 3 years. And then after that, then they have the potential to sell, but they have to notify the county.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I don't know how often the county has a need for magnetometers. And the 200,000. So Madam Chair, I'm going to vote no on this item. I don't know why we're doing this with the downtown Detroit partnership, what the county's real interest is here. And given they might notify us 3 years from now that they've been sold somewhere else. I don't think that comes with 200,000 coming back to the county if they do sell them. So I just don't like the structure of the deal, Madam Chair. I'm going to vote no on this item.
Would you like a response from the department or are you fine? Director Cartwright? There you go. You're good.
There we go.
You're good.
Good morning, happy holidays. Anthony Cartwright, Interim Director, Economic Development Department. Yeah, this is the same question I believe was posed through committee. DEP stated that, once these, like a used car, once it goes off the lot, the value is pretty much null and void. So we were pretty happy with probably the potential value will be 3 years down. There's no aftermarket, that we saw for these particular magnetometers. So if they sell them, then, as the Economic Development Department, we're fine with them, but it's very unlikely that they sell. If Eric Larson wants to come up and elaborate on that, he's welcome to. Eric Larson, down on Detroit Partnership, CEO.
Thank you through the chair.
Good morning.
I appreciate your question. I appreciate, the focus on whether or not this is a good use. The reason that we're doing this with the community, with the county, is because more and more of these larger scale events are coming into our region. Also, the ability to continue to make some of the community events that are taking place throughout the region, especially throughout the county and the city, safer. So these are obviously made available to the county. We have partnered with the sheriff's office on a regular basis to make sure that these events, and so the ability for you to help us match some additional funding for this equipment is really key. As far as the sale, we obviously have no intention of selling these. The ability to purchase these is a real benefit to, again, making sure that we're able to provide a service to the community and to the residents. If we do sell them and if there is a monetary opportunity, I'm happy to enter into the record, Madam Chair, that we will have a conversation with the county about the proceeds from that sale. But again, I don't anticipate a sale and I don't anticipate significant proceeds from a sale. We also are covering all of the costs for the deployment of these units and the movement of these units. So again, when in coordination with the county and with the sheriff's office, we have the ability to minimize any of that cost to the public good. Any other questions? I'm happy to answer.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, if I may.
Commissioner Killeen?
More in plain English, what is the job of the magnetometer?
The magnetometer is a device that has been widely used at various events, both community events as well as large scale events. It scans both for mass as well as shape, and it has an ability to recognize weapons, knives, guns. It then allows our law enforcement to approach that individual, determine whether or not they have, for instance, in the case of a weapon, a CPL, and then require them to return that weapon back to a safe place outside of what is a weapons-free event. So again, a lot of this is intended to reduce the opportunity, especially in family events and in community events, for the protection of those that are attending.
Thank you. Commissioner Kinlock.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Oftentimes, when we think about events being held in downtown Detroit, we think of Detroit. But we have 43 communities, and many of our residents, thousands of our residents, come and attend the various events that take place downtown. This is of a public benefit because it adds to the blanket of security that is absolutely required when you have large events. And we're seeing more and more of these type of events coming downtown. The committee asked a host of questions. As you could recall, the committee forwarded back to the committee to ask additional questions. In between the meetings, we had conversations with the director. We had conversations with the CEO of the organization. We also requested for more information as relates to the partnership between this organization and the county be forthcoming. So I think that they've been very transparent as relates to the need associated with this. And I ask my colleagues to support this item. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any additional discussion on the report from Economic Development? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carries, and I have Commissioner Killeen as a no on item number 1.
Commissioner Killeen?
But yes on 2 and 3.
Yes. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you so much. Next item, please.
We're on Report B from the Committee on Public Services. There are 6 items listed on pages 2 through 5 of the agenda.
Commissioner Marecki?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move the items for approval.
Moved by Commissioner Marecki, supported by Vice Chair Pro Tem Baidoon. Discussion, Commissioner Kniezek?
Thank you, Madam Chair. With the committee chair's permission, I'd like to be the maker of the motion on item 3. And I would also just want to say to our commission staff and the administrative staff, the item 3 there, this partnership with Crestwood School District in Dearborn Heights, this has been a multi-year conversation and effort, and I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that had a role in helping to bring that to fruition. I know it took a lot of work and a lot of follow-up and a lot of follow-through, and I just wanted to express my appreciation to the staff.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Garza?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like, with the permission of the chair, to be the maker of motion item 6 and request an abstention on item number 5.
Duly noted.
Additional discussion on the Public Services Report? Any additional discussion? Hearing none? All in favor, please vote. Who said all in favor?
Madam Clerk, I will be voting yes on all items except item B1, on which I will abstain.
Duly noted.
Please vote.
Motion carries. I have Commissioner Kniezek as the maker of the motion item number 3, Commissioner Garza, maker of the motion item number 6, Commissioner Palomero, an abstention on 1, Commissioner Garza, an abstention on item number 5.
Thank you so much. Next item, please.
We're moving to Report C from the Committee on Ways and Means. There are 11 items listed on pages 5 through 7 of the agenda.
Commissioner Kinlock?
Yes, Madam Chair, I move approval of the items that the entire report. This report pretty much includes the year-end or most of the year-end budget adjustments. You know, the committee and commission has been requesting for management and budget to get these budget adjustments in before the end of the year. We had a meeting prior this week to do our best to make this happen. We also would like to take note that we put a linchpin highlighting the fact as it relates to contracts that we will be really zeroing in on the number of contracts for additional support services as we move up, as we go along. So it was a very productive meeting. We will unfortunately have to receive some additional budget adjustments in the upcoming new year. So I just want to mention that. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. It's been moved by Commissioner Kinlock, supported by Commissioner Marecki. Any discussion on the Ways and Means Report? Any discussion on the Ways and Means Report? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next item, please.
We're moving to Report D from the Committee on Health and Human Services. There are 14 items listed on pages 7 through 13 of the agenda.
Commissioner Scott.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like a receive and file on item number 1 and recommending approval of items 2 through 14.
Okay. Moved by Commissioner Scott, supported by Commissioner Dobb. Approval of item 1 and receive and file for the balance of the report. Pardon? Receive and file number 1 and approve the balance of the report. Commissioner Kniezek for discussion.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Get ready, Pam. Get ready, Pam. I would like to abstain on item 1. I'd like to abstain on item 3. And with the permission of the committee chair, the Honorable Martha G. Scott, I would like to be the maker of the motion on item 14.
Duly noted.
Thank you. Commissioner Peterson Mayberry.
Thank you, Madam Chair. With the permission of the chair, committee chair, I'd like to be the maker of the motion on item number 6. I'd also like to just say to the committee chair, thank you so much. I know we talked in detail about the YAP programs and the willingness to allow these individuals to come in and do presentations to the full commission. I did have an opportunity to visit one of these programs on yesterday, and I think it's imperative that they come in and do presentations to the committee. So with the committee chair's approval, she gave the approval already to allow them in the new year to start coming to have presentations on the programs. So thank you, Madam Chair.
That's important. It's our children.
That's right. Absolutely. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Anderson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. With the approval of the chair of the committee, I'd like to be the sponsor of number 7.
You may, sir.
Thank you.
Commissioner Garza.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to abstain on item number 7.
And you may.
All right. And Commissioner Clemente.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I actually had a question about this YAP program, and maybe I should wait until after presentations or ask it now.
Yes, now.
Okay, so my question is, I see that there are the same amount of money is being granted to each organization, but there's a lot of differences in the amount of children. And I'm just wondering when we will receive reports from each one of these organizations to see, because if someone's only serving 4 and someone's serving 400, I don't understand how there might be like money shift or something. So if someone could answer those questions.
Fair questions. Is someone here from the department?
Good morning. Through the chair to this honorable board, Nathaniel McQueen, Chief Program Officer, Juvenile Youth Services Department.
Portia Carl.
Speak up just a little. I know it seems like it's not loud today.
Test. Can you hear me?
A little bit more.
A little more?
Yeah, there you go.
Can you hear me now? Okay, very good.
Use your outside voice.
Outside, very good. Through the chair to this honorable board, Nathaniel McQueen, Chief Program Officer for Juvenile Youth Services, Wayne County.
Portia Carlisle, Division Director over our community-based programming for Wayne County Juvenile Youth Services. All right, so we are actually compiling our reports for all our providers within the community, and we have planned to have that to this board by March. So that's a compiling of all our care management organization, our YAPs, and our first contact. So we will have that annual report presented to you by March of this year, of 26, not this year.
I have a follow-up. So this program starts January 1st with all these different organizations. There's a brand new one, I believe. And then you'll have a report to the committee by March about how?
So the annual report is for FY25, and a lot of the providers that are coming up now are some of those same providers. So you will get to see some of their successful stories, but we'll also do what we call a audit and quarterly where we present those same information. So we can get that to you because we want to get them in the program first for the first quarter. So we can get that to you by March for the newer YAPs as well.
Okay, so the yearly annual will be in March and also what has been happening from January until March.
Correct.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Commissioner Markey?
Thank you. So you will give us how many people the apps have seen at that point and how much money is being spent on the new contract?
Correct. So
Okay.
we can give you the last year FY fiscal year of what happened, and then for the first first quarter, we'll get
Okay.
you the number of youth served as well as the projected money that was spent.
And so after that, when will we get, is it just always an annual report or can we have more of an update on the YAPs on what's going on as far as how many people they're seeing and the monies?
Yes, we actually do that regularly within our department, but we can definitely share that with you on a quarterly basis.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Commissioner Baker McCormick?
Thank you, Madam Chair. One of the concerns I had was the number of vendors new to the program that I hadn't seen in the past. And so when you do your review, are you reviewing the individual vendors or how does that work?
So when the RFP went out, they have the board who goes over all the information. So there are things that are required for them to even get through the process, and that's a part of the vetting. But a lot of the YAP providers that we have, they are actually been around with our First Contact program. So there's one where they were First Contact, which is still a prevention program. Now they're going to be a YAP. So it's the same programming. They're just venturing out on their own.
So will there be a review of those individual vendors? No. Are you saying no? It's
We
just
review all our vendors. That's
all of the
contract, yes. And
vendors.
so that'll be a
That's
part
what-
of that quarterly evaluation that we do internally, and we'll share that with you guys as well.
Okay, that's what I wanted to clarify. Thank you.
Commissioner Peterson Mayberry?
Thank you. To that question, so is there a rubrics that's used where these vendors are then scored? I'm pretty familiar with some of them, and I'll be honest, I'm concerned. So I'm wondering if there's a rubrics where we get an opportunity to say at this midway point that these particular vendors have fell in the, top percentile for delivery, but these others have not, but yet they still have the remainder of their contract. How are we approaching that? Because I do know as these individuals will come in and give presentations, we do want to make sure that we're having apples to apples conversation so that we all understand that we're looking at the same thing. To Commissioner Clemente's point about if you have 4 and another one has 44, then I don't think that's apples to apples. So can you, and maybe it's a follow-up that you can provide what you're looking at so that we have baseline data, but then we also have data as we're trying to look at impact.
So one thing that we do is our contract managers through our juvenile youth services, they go out quarterly and they conduct audits because they also have to be compliant with our child care fund. And so that audit tool really looks at what are you guys doing? Are you in compliance with them? But not also what are some of the barriers and expectations that we may can either assist you with, but also provide program services outside of what you're already providing. So a lot of things will be measured this year. This year we did implement a KPI, which is your key performance indicators, to kind of see where each provider is. And then if we could support them, then we'll figure out ways to support them. And that'll be in your report as well.
Thank you. And I think to that point, Fiscal Advisor Adams.
Through the chair, just so everyone knows, in our appropriation ordinance for fiscal year 25-26, there is a budget instructions for the department to provide a detailed report on the YAP program for fiscal years 23-24 and 24-25. The report was due November 1st, but I know we were a little late getting it to the department, so we should expect that report in January, hopefully. And a report asks for the successful rate of the program, how many youths were served in the program for each organization. So hopefully that we will be getting that report soon. That's for 23, 24, and 24, 25 per the budget language instructions.
Thank you. Did you have to follow up?
Just one follow-up, and I think that's exactly what I'm talking about, like what we're deeming to be successful. So Thank you.
Commissioner Khalil.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And yes, there was quite a bit of discussion in committee on this. But it was raised, and I just want you to address it a little bit. Actually, the awards here range from a little over 100,000 to 1.5 million, although a lot of these are receiving a $500,000 award. So can you just briefly describe what your methodology was in terms of determining the amounts of awards that these different YAP providers should get?
Good morning, Cecily Hoagland, Director of Administration for Juvenile Youth Services. We did an RFP with procurement, and we had, I think we had 13 or 15, 17, I think, respondents that met the qualifications, and the proposals came in at 8.5 million. And the county, our department had 3 million in our budget for YAP services. So we looked at all of the providers, worked with Corp Counsel and with procurement, and decided that everyone that received, but we had proposals that came in over $1 million. So if they came in over $1 million, we looked at those and decided to give them all $250,000 a year. And the ones that came in under $1 million or under $250,000, they received what they put in their proposal. We had one that was, I think, $130,000 or $200,000. No one received over $500,000 except for the Conference of Western Wayne, which is also a YAP provider and part of the 1/10 meal. There's an ordinance that says that they should receive $500,000 from the 1/10 meal. So they were part of the RFP proposal, and that's where they got the $500,000, and then they got part of the 1/10 meal money. So that's how everyone got, and then we asked the providers to also scale back the number of kids that they're going to be seeing, and they provided another Appendix C for their scope of services and the number of kids that they're going to be seeing. So that's how it was determined.
And in the packet, the contracts are not to exceed amounts. So they're not that amount, they're not to
Correct.
exceed. So it depends on the services that they provide to get up to that amount or not. Commissioner Baker McCormick?
Thank you, Madam Chair. So to the key performance indicators, if you're dividing or certain vendors are getting a certain amount, but others aren't, how are they able to do the same key performances as the other vendors with less? I guess.
Well, they still have to provide the services and the quality. It's just when some of their proposals came in, they had proposed, their budget was like they're going to serve 150 kids. And so we asked them to scale back, and that was a projection. And we only had 800 YAPs from last fiscal year. So if we had 13 people saying they're going to do 100 kids, that's 1,300. So it's based on referrals also. They have to get a referral from the court. It has to be approved. And so some of these providers, they project a lot more kids than they actually serve.
My concern is just making sure that they provide the services.
Yes.
If you're saying that, okay, I need 100,000 to provide all of these services, but another vendor is saying I need 200,000 to provide all of these services.
Well, they're still providing the same services just for less kids. And we're going to look at it again and add some more money to our budget when we do the budget around budget time to see if they're actually serving, how many kids they're actually serving in a month or in a quarter. A lot of times they don't use all the money that they receive because they don't have as many kids that they think that they may get that qualify, because they have to qualify under the child care fund.
And the other thing about the key performance indicator, our expectations for services are the same throughout all our service providers, and those are the things that we're looking at. And again, if they're not meeting standard, we meet with them to try to support them as much as possible. And that's where we have like corrective action plans and different things of that nature, just so they can know, hey, we're noticing this, we need this, and support them in that regard.
Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Mareki?
Thank you, Madam Chair. And just so everyone knows, we only spend 25 cents on the dollar with this, right?
Correct.
The state gives us 75 cents on the dollar. So as we get these reports, I'm hoping we can track and see if maybe we should be putting more money from Wayne County in there. Is there any limit, like if what we do, is there any limit at the state as far as that match, the 75-25? If we put more money in our budget, will the state, no matter what, do the 75-25? Okay, so these reports will be important to us to see how, how they feel. I mean, if they have to turn away kids because they don't have enough money, that's something I'm sure we're all gonna be interested in. And by the way, I'd like to abstain on 13. Thank you.
Commissioner Peterson Mayberry. Microphone.
To my colleague, Commissioner Mareki, that's exactly where I was going. If we are servicing all the children who are eligible for service, or are we turning young people away? That's the one thing. And then the other thing is around the bandwidth of the vendors, because I know it's extremely attractive to say that you can service more than you really can adequately service. And we've seen far too many examples of that in spaces. So we want to make sure that if they're servicing, they're actually providing. So I'm looking forward to the report, and I'm looking forward to the presentations in committee. Thank you.
I'd like to mention that we did provide the budget instruction report for YAP, I think at the last HHS meeting.
We'll check our records to see if we received it, and I get it to the commissioners if we did.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any additional discussion on the Health and Human Services report? Any additional questions, discussion? Thank you all. Okay.
Thank you.
Please vote.
Motion carries. And for abstentions, I have Commissioner Knizik, items 1 and 3, Commissioner Garza 7, Commissioner Mareki 13, makers of the motion, Commissioner Peterson Mayberry 6, Commissioner Anderson 7, Commissioner Knizik 14.
Thank you. Next item, please.
We're moving to page 14 of the agenda, Report E from the Committee on Audit. There is one item listed.
Commissioner Dobb?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move the report for receive and file.
Okay, moved by Commissioner Dobb, supported by Commissioner Garza. Any discussion on the audit report? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you so much. Next item.
We're on Report F from the Committee on Public Safety, Judiciary, and Homeland Security. There are 5 items listed.
Commissioner Garza.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to move approval of items number 1 through 5.
Okay, moved by Commissioner Garza, supported by Commissioner Peterson Mayberry. That's wrong. Okay. Discussion, Commissioner Knizik.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to abstain on item 3.
We noted.
Commissioner Killeen.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair, because I was just going to point out item 3 on the agenda. I'm delighted this is before us today to provide more prosecutors for domestic violence and personal protection order violations. And I'm just delighted we're able to support in our budget that assistance for Prosecutor Worthy.
Yes, thank you. We are all delighted that we're contributing more funding for this very important violence grant through the prosecutor's office. Thank you, Tony, for being here. And we will always thank our prosecutor, Kim Worthy, for innovative programs to assist our citizens. You're welcome. Any additional discussion on the public safety report? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carries, and Commissioner Kenizik as an abstention on item number 3.
Thank you so much. Next item, please.
We're moving to report G from the Committee on Government Operations. There are 2 items listed.
Commissioner Clemente.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to move the 2 items on the government operations report.
Moved by Commissioner Clemente, supported by Commissioner Peterson Mayberry. Any discussion on the 2 items on the government operations report? Any discussion on this report? Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carries.
Thank you so much. Let's go to the addenda, Report H.
Report H from the Committee on Ways and Means. There are 19 items listed on pages 1 through 5 of the addenda.
Commissioner Kinlock.
Yes, Madam Chair. As I mentioned earlier, these were some budget adjustments for the end of the year, as well as we had the allocation from the Treasurer's Office from the Delinquent Tax Revolving Fund, the surplus that's being added to our general fund. So thank the Treasurer for that. And that's pretty much, that's the meeting where we had all the discussion at. Thank you.
Moved by Commissioner Kinlock, supported by Vice Chair Pro Tem Baydoun. Discussion?
Yes, it's $25 million that's being transferred.
$25 million surplus from the Treasurer's Office to the general fund.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Treasurer. Commissioner Killeen.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and I'd like to ask the Chair of the committee. I do appreciate that we're getting these budget adjustments done in the current fiscal year as far as the state is concerned. I know you said there may be a few more coming in January, but this is something our external auditors have pointed out, that budget adjustments have been coming too late out of Wayne County. So hopefully it's minimal. But I wanted to ask you about the source of the funds. I didn't hear you mention the treasurer in our first go around here. So this is significant dollars, 30 million in one case, 20 million in another. So what is the source of the funds for us to be able to do this, Chair Kinlock?
You're talking about from the Treasurer's Office?
No, the items before us.
Yes, the budget
You had a nice
adjustments.
long meeting yesterday.
Yes.
And I imagine the transfer from the treasurer has nothing to do with as a source of funds for what we're doing here. But what is the source of the funds? What are we using in order to make these payments?
Okay, so as you can look at the report, it speaks to the various accounts where they're being transferred from. A lot of them are basically reconciliation of monies that were used, but then they're moving them from one account to another account after they've been able to verify the specific use of those funds. So the funds are listed within the department's report of where they're coming from.
There's a number of these are Fund 101, fund balance.
Okay, yes. So basically, they're using the fund balance in order to fund balance, which is general fund dollars, unrestricted dollars to cover those particular items. Whether it was because it was underestimation or it was because additional services or activities came from that item, is our job to end the year with a balanced budget.
Right, exactly. So in a majority of the cases, we're using various fund balances.
That's usually the case. That's usually the case. Or if it's and then at this point, because you want to drill down a little bit deeper, I will now call on Terrence Adams if you want to add anything additional to these questions. The report should speak to where the funds are coming from, but it's nothing unusual and nothing out of line that we have previously done in the past as it relates to how these funds are being used.
I have additional information to share, Mr. Adams.
Through the chair, just to confirm what Commissioner Kenlock is saying and also what Commissioner Clean is asking, a lot of the funds is coming from the general fund, use of fund balance to eliminate deficits in other funds or provide funding for other funds. So it's coming from general fund, use of fund balance for a majority of these budget adjustments.
Yeah, again, Madam Chair, I'm delighted that we got a lot of these done as a member of the audit committee. I see year after year where the auditors take us to task for making these corrections. Well, we have some amount of time, and I forget the exact time, after the close of the fiscal year to be able to report this up to the state of Michigan. But once you hit January 1, it's a no-no. So I'm delighted that we've got a number of these cleaned up, and I hope there's not that many more adjustments coming in January. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, I just want to note that, as I had mentioned earlier, the committee, you know, especially since I've been chair, has been focusing on getting these budget amendments in. We know that that they had a number of vacancies in the department. That's why we approved in the, as I mentioned earlier, those some of the contracts to offset, you know, some of the lack of some of the vacancies and some of the positions is required for us to meet the auditing requirements. And so we're keeping an eye on this as a committee. And like I said, we've been asked the questions you're asking, we ask them regularly. Yep. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Peterson-Mayberry.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So I do have two questions. One, I'm excited to see that we are moving into a space where we, you know, some of this work that we are using vendors for, we actually should be doing in-house. So I'm glad to see we're moving to that space. Do have two questions. One on number 9, item number 9. And maybe somebody from the department could just let me know about the other services that are included. So, you know, that other is always weird for me, but if I'm reading correctly, there's a little over 85,000 for personnel. So the rest of that is included in others. So if someone could identify what the other is in that one. And then on item number 12, I'm wondering if our senior Fun Fest event, if it's annual, and if we're going to find ourselves in a space where we're going to have a waiting list next time. Like, so how do we prevent a waiting list? What's that dollar amount or what's that time frame to make sure that we stay on top of this so that our seniors are not collateral damage and all of the stuff that's happening in other spaces?
Kamal Keperu, Finance Director, MNB Finance Director for the Department of Health, Human and Veteran Services and Seniors. I'll take the last one first. In reference to the funding that you see on 12, yes, it will cover. It does include the Senior Fest, so there's no effect there. What you see here is we just added extra funding because over the previous years, when we came out of the pandemic, we had to add extra funds because costs went up. And then also the volume went up of the seniors we were serving, right? So we found that we didn't have enough general fund at that time. So we added general fund to this previous year to cover that. But it did include the Senior Fest and all of that. As a matter of fact, I think a second Senior Fest was added going forward. Yeah. Cost for the Senior Fest went to about 100,000.
Good afternoon, good morning. William Chuck Jackson, Department Director for Wayne County Senior Services. Yes, the Senior Fun Fest, this budget year, we've allocated, I believe, $70,000 for the Senior Fun Fest, but that will include 2 Fun Fests this year. We plan to have a Fun Fest in June at Naked Mills, which is our traditional Fun Fest, and we're also in the process of planning a second Fun Fest at Elizabeth Park on July 18th.
And going back to, I believe it was item 9. Yeah, what this is remember in one of our meetings where we talked about the state cutting the veterans funds, this right here is replacing that cost because remember the state contacted us in the middle of the year and just abruptly cut the funding. This is our way of making the department whole to get through the year. Correct.
All right. You'll send me an email about the other services?
Oh, I did already.
Okay.
Yep.
I didn't see that one. That was another other that I asked about.
I got
This is a new other.
Yeah, it's no other.
Thank you.
I'll take care of you. Yep.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Commissioner Killeen?
We'll catch the director before he gets back to his seat. But I sit on seniors and veterans, and we question all the time, Meals on Wheels, home delivery of meals. So we've had no waiting list, correct, Mr. Director?
That is correct.
So we've added, so there's no waiting list, but since we did add those to the Meals Congregant or Meals on Wheels, the cost went up. So that's the intent here, is to anticipate that for next year. So you don't have to do an adjustment mid-year. Is that the idea?
That is correct.
Yeah. So yeah, we as the committee is always intensely interested in both the seniors and veterans. And so no, just for my colleagues, no, we haven't been running a wait list. Everybody that's wanted service has gotten it. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Any additional questions on the Ways and Means report? Additional questions? Discussion? Hearing none, please vote. Thank you, gentlemen.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Back to the original agenda.
We're on page 16 of the agenda, upcoming meetings.
Please note the upcoming meetings for next year. Our full board meeting will be on January 8th. I don't see that on here. On January 8th, is that correct, Madam Clerk?
That's correct.
At that time, there'll be items that obviously didn't go to committee because we wouldn't have had committee meetings. So we'll have several items that will take place here under different departments. So it'll be like a committee of the whole, but we'll have different contracts that will come before us on the 8th, and then committees will convene on the following week, the week of the 12th. Next item.
We're moving to page 17, new business immediate consideration. There are 3 items listed. Item number 1 is requesting commission approval to amendment number 2 to a cooperative contract between the Charter County of Wayne and Carasoft Technologies not to exceed $103,260.95 to modify the scope of services to purchase additional Smart Sheet licenses for the Department of Management and Budget.
Okay, let's take them all together. Number 2.
Item number 2 is requesting commission approval of amendment number 2 to a purchase order between the Charter County of Wayne and the Range at Lincoln Park LLC DBA Range 313 not to exceed $54,600, extending the term of the PO to provide access to a gun range to support the sheriff's office training needs. Item number 3 is requesting commission approval of retroactive amendment number 1 to a revenue generating towing services contract with 1 2-year option to renew between the Charter County of Wayne and J&T Towing in the estimated amount of $150,000, exercising the option to renew to provide the sheriff's office with towing, storage, and auction services.
Okay, thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Kinlock, supported by Commissioner Garza. Any discussion on the first item? Any discussion, questions? If there's someone from the department, please come to discuss briefly each of these items because they have not gone to committee. First item.
Good morning, Jeanette Colsar, Chief of Staff with Management and Budget. This contract is how we use to obtain our Smart Sheet tool, which is heavily used throughout our operations within Management and Budget. We use it for project management to develop our performance dashboards and as a collaboration tool, for example, to aid in the drafting of our policies, which we're looking to finalize this calendar year, as well as how we track how we're responding timely to commission questions. We utilize this tool also reflects our investment to our staff to provide them with the tools and resources that they need to develop in their role. Smart Sheet is a tool that's used, again, heavily throughout the department. The amendment is to add funding to continue the existing licenses that we have right now, as well to add a few specific modules to allow the functionality that I just described.
Any questions on item number 1? Thank you. Item number 2.
Morning, Commissioners. Vanita Terry, Chief of Administration for Wayne County Sheriff's Office. Item number 2 is brought before you today for the range Lincoln Park and Lincoln Park, range 313. It is for our officers to be certified throughout the year. And this amount is for $54,600.
That's for the gun certification.
Gun certification, yes, for our certified officers.
Discussion on this item. Commissioner Baker McCormick?
A new location, or is, because I know we had.
We have 2. We have range 313 in Lincoln Park, and we also have the Wayne County Airport Authority.
We were looking at relocating one of the other ranges. Is this the new location?
No,
Or is this an old?
This is an amendment, yes. This location has been in existence for over a year now.
A year, okay. That's what I wanted. Thank you.
Any additional questions on item 2? Item 3, thank you. Any additional, but that's you still. Go ahead.
Yes, so item 3 is for J&T Towing. To tow our vehicles, work with our narcotic unit. And these are for abandoned vehicles, nuisance vehicles, and all of that. Abandoned and storage. And this is a revenue contract.
Revenue contract, okay. Commissioner Wilson?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a quick question, Miss Terry.
Yes.
JT Towing, since Belleville is one of the municipalities that I represent,
Mhm.
doesn't make much difference, but I've never heard of JT Towing, J&T Towing. So did JT Towing secure this contract with a RFP, or did we go through the procurement process with the 3 bids? Or am I missing something here?
There was an RFP, there was an evaluation committee, and we have another vendor that was selected as well. So it's J&T Towing and Martin's Towing. Martin Towing will come before you next month.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Terry.
You're welcome.
Additional questions on this item? All right, thank you. All right, hearing none, we have a motion by Commissioner Kinlock, support by Commissioner Garza on these 3 items under immediate consideration. Last time for questions. Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carries. And again, Commissioner Peterson Mayberry is an abstention on item number 3.
Thank you. Next item.
We're moving to page 18 of the agenda, testimonial resolutions and certificates of appreciation. There are 9 items listed on the agenda and 1 on the addenda.
Thank you. Is there a motion for the testimony resolutions and certificates of appreciation? Moved by Commissioner Morecki, supported by Commissioner Baker McCormick. Any discussion on these items? Commissioner
Madam
Baker
Chair,
McCormick?
Can I be added to item 6? Durhal?
Okay.
Thank you.
Commissioner, you as well? Okay. Commissioner Scott?
To Durhal, please.
Good, will do. Commissioner Kinlock? Me too. Okay, me too. Okay, very good. Commissioner Knizik? Another me too. Okay, who doesn't want to be on that one? Maybe we should do it that way. All right.
Me too.
Thank
What the
you.
hell?
We'll do one for all commissioners.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah, good
you.
luck. Yep.
All right, we'll do that for all commissioners. Okay, Commissioner Anderson?
Just asked to have my name added to the certificate for Detroit Councilman Fred Durrell III, and in honor of
just do
his
everybody?
father's passing, I believe.
Let's do everybody, I guess.
We're going to do one with everyone.
That's right.
There you go.
Yes.
Do us all, that's right.
Any additional discussion on the resolutions and certificates? All right. Hearing none, please vote.
Motion carries.
Right, thank you. Next item.
We're moving to memoriams. There are 3 names listed.
Hey, are there any additional names to be submitted for memoriams? Commissioner Baydun.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to add the name of Haj Joe Abdallah, passed away earlier this week, and Haj Samir Baydoun, one of my cousins who passed away also this week.
So sorry for your loss. Commissioner Knizik? Oh, you couldn't hear. Could you repeat the commissioner?
Yeah, I think there's a problem. Can you hear me? Yeah. 2 names, Haj Joe Abdallah from Dearborn, and Haj Samir Baydoun also. Both of them passed away earlier this week.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Knizik?
Thank you, Madam Chair. First, I want to thank Commissioner Baydoun for recognizing Haj Abdallah, an incredible man with an incredible family. Was very blessed to know, in particular, his son Mehdi, who was in student government with me when we were at the University of Michigan Dearborn, president and vice president. But you want to talk about a man who was so committed to the community, so committed to his family, and raised incredible children alongside his wife. I just wanted to join my my colleague, Commissioner Baydoun, in extending my condolences to the Abdallah family. And then also, Madam Chair, I'm just heartbroken to ask that this body recognize in memoriam today Vince Drapkowski, who is a resident of Dearborn Heights who passed away earlier this week. We all know residents that are at every city council meeting. They're constantly fighting on behalf of the community. They're so engaged and passionate about the community that they live in. And that was Vince. If you knew Dearborn Heights, you knew Vince. And he was such a strong supporter of our police and firefighters, such a strong supporter of fighting blight and making Dearborn Heights a welcoming community for everybody. And unfortunately, we lost him earlier this week. And so I would ask this body to join me in extending our condolences to his wife, Judy, and all those who loved and supported Vince Drapkowski in the city of Dearborn Heights.
Thank you, Commissioner. Keep the family in our prayers. Thank you. Commissioner Monique Baker McCormick.
Thank you. First, I'd like to be added to Ronald Bartels. I knew him very well from working with the West 6 Mile Business Association, and I know their family very well. But I wanted to talk to McCann, who is Ebony McCann's husband, was Ebony McCann's husband. He was a classmate of mine. We graduated from high school together, and he loved our youth. He worked in the JDF facility for many, many years and retired from there. But he was just a good person, good mentor. When I first became a commissioner, he welcomed me and schooled me when I was the chair of HHS committee. And he's going to be dearly, dearly missed. So I'm praying for his family. His daughter was a member of the Wayne County Commission Youth Council and matriculated to the president of the Youth Council. And so I send my prayers to his family. He will be missed. Thank you.
Absolutely, to Ebony McCann, where we all know Ebony, so keeping the family in our prayers. Commissioner Angelique Peterson Mayberry.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I also like to add the name of Dr. Arthur Divers, 43-year educator for Detroit Public Schools 3 master degrees, 1 doctorate, many at the table know Dr. Divers. He was 95 years old and he was still chairing the Winship Community Association block clubs and letting me know he was the chair every meeting that I was at. And ironically enough, I was at a meeting with the CEO and president of Sinai Grace Hospital about 3 weeks ago. And we were meeting at the hospital and I was made aware that Dr. Divers was in the hospital. So another person we went up and we saw him. He was surprised. He was in great spirits. So it was just good. I'm glad I got an opportunity to see him. And shortly after that, when he got moved into hospice, he was only there a couple of days. So his arrangements are December the 26th. So I will share with the colleagues who might be interested in attending the services for him on the 26th at Plymouth Church at 10 a.m. family hour, funeral at 11, and I will be doing a memoriam. So anyone who is interested in being a co-sponsor, okay, please, thank you. Thank you. So please keep Dr. Divers, the Winship community, education community, and all of those who knew him, Black Slate, all of those things, please keep him in your prayers, the family.
Thank you for that, and I think we all want to be on that memoriam. Thank you. I'm going to do Commissioner Anderson and then Commissioner Scott.
I'd like to be added to Dr. McCann.
Dr. McCann? Okay. All right. Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to ask that we add to the list of memoriams to our former mayor, Tom Taylor, who passed away recently, and visitations this afternoon and funerals tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner. Any additional names to be added? Commissioner Wilson?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. For the sake of being remiss, I probably should be added to the Ron Bartel, since I helped present the resolution last week with our awesome Commissioner Angelique Peterson Mayberry. So yes, I would definitely like to be added to that because he was absolutely a stalwart in our community. Commissioner Baker McCormick is absolutely correct. Just an amazing individual and a tragic death. So I would definitely like to be added. Thank you.
Thank you. We could all stand for a moment of silence, please. Thank you so much, and we want to keep the families of all that we've lost in our prayers, especially during this difficult time during the holiday season. So we want to send a special prayer to all families who have lost a loved one. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Public comments.
Okay, let's, we're going to go in reverse order this time. In the chambers, public comments. Come on up. We are privileged to have our Grosse Pointe representatives here today, and I suspect you will introduce each one individually.
Yes, Madam Chairman.
And Harper Woods. So yes, if we could state your name for the record, make sure, Mark, make sure we get a card, or Joe, make sure we get a card for them for our records, but you all can come up if you like, all of you.
Well, Madam Chairwoman Bell, thank you so much for having us this afternoon. Greetings to you, or excuse me, this morning, as well as your fellow colleagues and members of staff. My name is Michelle Hodges. I have the honor of serving as the mayor of Grosse Pointe Park. We're here to tell you that 5 of your 43 are in the house today.
Yes.
I have with you my colleagues, our mayor and Mayor Kindle and city manager, John Szymanski. Yes, well, I was going to share. Oh, do you want to introduce yourself?
You will.
Okay, great. Our key message to you certainly is one, to wish you a strong gratitude for a strong 2025, and then to set the stage for a true partnership in 2026. We believe that by working together in 2026, that we will be able to stretch each dollar, because if you have a relationship behind a dollar, it's more valuable. So that's our goal with you here today. We think taxpayers expect it from us. Our 5 communities alone contribute more than $35 million in tax revenue to Wayne County. And we believe by working in partnership with the other 38, we will have a multiplier effect associated with each of those dollars. Some of the projects we'd like to bring to the table for consideration in order to affect that multiplier would be a joint dispatch effort between the 5 communities, the Mack Avenue corridor improvements, Kelly Road improvements, the Harper Woods Community Center, the Lakeshore Seawall, and lastly, the stormwater management efforts that we have underway, all of which are very important priorities, not only for our own communities, but if we're successful in those, I think Wayne County is more successful. So with that, I will turn it over to my fellow colleagues. You can see we showed up in mass, literally in a bus, and we enjoy working together, and I'm happy to be here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. My name is Shane Reese. I'm the city manager of Grosse Pointe Farms. Excuse me. But thank you for having us here today. I know Tim Kleen is our representative. He's aware of some of the issues that we've been dealing with and has been helpful, particularly as it relates to our seawall project and trying to get some funding for the deterioration of that seawall along Lakeshore Road. And so we appreciate that, and we hope that that effort continues. The other items have been mentioned, and we realize as the Grosse Pointes and Harper Woods, we haven't always done the best job of advocating to this body. This is an important body, and we come in peace. We just want to make sure that we can work in partnership and look forward to doing that with greater effort in the coming year. Thank you.
Thank you.
My name's Art Bryant. I'm the mayor of Grosse Pointe Woods, Michigan. And I just want to say thank you very much. And I will let it go at that because I think my colleagues expressed our opinions. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mayor Valerie Kendall from the city of Harper Woods, and I know many of you guys, and I really, truly appreciate the camaraderie that we are trying to get together to make sure that you understand that there is the east side of Wayne County and that we all need your support for the things that we need in our community. And I'm going to introduce you to our first female city manager. Come on up here, Sue.
Come up.
Okay.
Hi, like I share the same sentiment that they did. Thank you for having us. I won't belabor on it. And like Shane said, we come in peace.
Give your name for us, please.
Like Valerie said, there is an east side.
Yes, and your name?
My name is Susan Como.
Thank you.
And she's our first city manager, female, for that side of the city. I don't think there's very many female city managers in the county, period. But Sue is one of our first.
All right, congratulations.
Very proud. Thank you.
Congratulations. Thank you.
So much.
And good morning, Terrence Thomas, representing the city of Grosse Pointe. I'm on my second term as city council, and good morning to all of you.
Welcome.
Hi, my name is John Shemansky. I'm city manager for Harper Woods. I'll keep it real short. Please don't forget about us when you're managing the 43 cities and townships in Wayne County. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome.
Hello, I'm Frank Schulte, the retiring city manager of Grosse Pointe Woods. I appreciate the effort that the Wayne County helped us out with the Vernier Road intersection improvement. And we hope to have more dealings and funding from you in the future. Happy holidays.
Holidays. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Bell, Nick Seisen, City Manager, Grosse Pointe Park, and fellow commission members. Thank you all for letting us be here today. And as my other colleague said, we look forward to partnering with you, working with you more, because we're all stronger together when we work together. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. All right.
So we thank you guys for your time and for hearing us out. And we appreciate it because we wish you all a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season. Thank you much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much for staying through our meeting. Thank you for coming in mass. I think it shows a level of cooperation and collaboration when you come together to advocate for the eastern half of our county. So again, thank you. Hopefully this won't be the last time you'll be here, and we look forward to a continual partnership with each of the communities. So thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Tim Colleen, for your constituent. What- Yeah,
Out County Wayne. We have the points on the east side.
mm-hmm,
The points, Harper Woods, Hamtramck,
yeah,
Highland Park. But the overwhelming majority of the county is on the west side.
yeah, oh, for sure, oh, for
West
sure,
of Telegraph.
absolutely.
So I'm surprised to me that they came down, but
No.
this, I think this is the east side because of lower population and fewer communities. Sometimes gets missed, but anyway, thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Collaboration and cooperation is key, so we just thank them for coming down today. And I know Martha G. Scott
Yes.
represented them on several levels of government.
I represented at all of the Grosse Points
Mhm.
and Harper Woods at the same time.
Yes, yes, yes. So we thank you for your service representing
Yes,
them.
thank you all for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you, thank you. Anyone else in the chambers for public comments? Anyone else in the chambers for public comments? Anyone on the telephone for public comments? Anyone on Zoom for public comments? Any emails for public comments?
No emails were received.
Very good. Okay, next item.
Reconsiderations.
There are none.
Remarks by members.
All right, let me just say again, happy holidays to everyone. Each of you have a poinsettia. Hopefully that's my small token to commissioners for your hard work, dedication over this past year. Wishing you and your families a wonderful holiday season. We're gonna celebrate from this point to January 1st, come back stronger than ever for the new year. So again, thank you for your service. Let me also thank our staff. Let's give them a round of applause for all the work that they have done this year. And of course, the CEO's office, County Executive Warren Evans, as well as his staff who's still here. Thank you for the collaboration that we do in getting the job and the work done for the citizens of Wayne County. Thank you so much for being here as well. Any remarks by members? I think I saw Commissioner Clemente's hand first, then Commissioner Kinlock.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to report out that we had our Art Authority meeting, and just to fill everyone in about what is going on next year in 2026, you all received the calendar that covers December through February in your mailboxes. And the Inside Out program that has the nice art in your communities. The places that are going to have Inside Out this year are Ecorse, Melvindale, Southwest Greenway in Detroit, Hines Park, Gibraltar, Northville, East Grand Boulevard, and the Detroit Design District, Westland, Detroit International Wildlife Refuge, and there are also going to be some art at the Wayne County Community Colleges campuses. Those will be up around Memorial Day in 2026. And then the Partners in Mural program, there were 3 that were picked this year, Livonia, Groseal at the airport, and Allen Park on Roosevelt. So look for those. Applications are also open for 2027 for the picks. Once you get one in your community, that's it. So they're trying to get them all over Wayne County. Also, I put this in your mailbox about the art exhibits for high school students. They are looking for 70 to 80 people. If you know any students that would like to apply, all the information is on this flyer. And that is all I have to say. So thank you very much.
Thank you for that update. We look forward to your continued leadership on the Arts Authority. Commissioner Kinlock.
I'm going to try to be brief. With Commissioner Clemente bringing a report as relates to the Arts Authority, definitely want to bring update as relates to the state of Michigan Department of Health and Human Services and the PIHP. The courts, the PHP lawsuit. So the courts heard hearings last week, and we're expecting a decision to come out, I guess, probably within the next week or so. The judge said that he would issue a timely decision, and once I get that decision, once it's shared with me, I'll forward it to you, Madam Chair, to distribute to the commissioners. Also, I wanted to say that we did receive your communication regarding the State of Michigan Eagle Department issuing the facility operating license for EQ Detroit Inc., doing business as US Ecology Detroit South. So I will be sending a communication. I will be sending a communication expressing my extreme disappointment in that renewal of the hazardous waste facility operating license for EQ Detroit Inc. This body, as well as the communities who have been impacted by hazardous waste and the various decisions by Eagle, we have to lend our voices to speak in opposition when Eagle make these type of decisions that will add to the environmental despair of further environmental despair for our various communities. I will be asking them to reconsider that decision. I'm not sure how effective that would be, but I'm still going to do that. And with that being said, Madam Chair, I'm not going to read my statement, but for the record, I have a written statement I would like included in our journal for today's meeting. Thank you.
Also, to that point, if you could send that to all commissioners, and if commissioners want to sign on to that, if you don't mind.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
then we can have, as a body, send that correspondence to Eagle. So if you could send that, and if commissioners want to sign on to it, just let
Okay.
Commissioner know, and we'll have Jim put all of our signatures on that to send up.
Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Scott.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I couldn't hear all of what you just said, but I would like to sign off on your letter,
Thank you.
if you don't mind.
The chair asked me to
Because
include
I'm
all.
going to be meeting with those Kroners next year. They're finally saying that they would like to meet with me. They were sending staff before, but I told them I didn't want to meet with staff. I wanted to meet with the owners of that place. And so
Absolutely.
I told them I was going to keep my holidays to myself though,
I
but
know
come
that's
first of
right. Come the
January.
first of
That's
January
right.
is
Yes,
on.
I'll
Yes,
be meeting with them.
yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you for your advocacy, Commissioner Scott and Commissioner Kinlock. Commissioner Peterson Mayberry?
Yes, Madam Chair, just trying to see if we have an update around RS Kids. I know we received something regarding funding for that and the potentiality of it being frozen. And then I know there were other conversations about that not happening. Do we have an update? Do you know?
The state funding, the Senate voted to continue the funding that the House tried to take away. So the state funding should be fine, and that doesn't necessarily affect us because ours was from our county funding
Right.
and some philanthropy.
Okay, so no interruption with it currently. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and no one's here from the CEO's office, but
Yeah, the House has
going
to.
back, the House has, the Senate approved, it has to go back to the House.
Matt Hall, the
Yes, yeah.
speaker's already
Yeah.
reservation.
I know.
He's so close.
But even to that point of how it would affect Wayne County, I don't think those funds affected Wayne County, but we'll make sure we get a report. Okay, here's Kamal. Mhm.
Kamal Keperu, Management and Budget Finance Director for the department. Wayne County, our money is not affected.
Yeah.
That's the portion of it is funded by the Well Wayne, the post ARPA funding.
So that wasn't our funding.
Correct.
Yeah. Thank you, Kamal. Okay, Commissioner Marecki.
Thank you, which brings me to, I wasn't going to mention this until Angelique did, but I'm just, I'm not asking for an answer. I'm just curious. RX Kids got 18 million pulled from them because they didn't use it last year, but we were giving them 7.5 million. And my thought is, how come that 18 million wasn't being used? And the county was giving 7.5 million. So I don't need an answer. I'm just, that's the first thing I thought of.
Thank you, Commissioner. Any additional remarks by members? Commissioner Khalil.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I'm glad my colleague, Commissioner Kinlock raised the issue of funding of mental health in this state. The funding for mental health in Michigan is primarily Medicaid dollars from the federal government. And they send us, I believe the number now is about 6 billion, Commissioner Kinlock, that comes from Washington. And then Lansing divides that up among the local providers. So it's acronym heaven. They're called PIHPs, prepaid inpatient health plans. But that's for the Medicaid dollars, which is the overwhelming bulk of the money to provide mental health care in this county and in this state. So we have 11 of these PIHPs around the state. And the proposal from MDHHS was they put out an RFP because they want to reduce that number to 3. And that caused great consternation in the mental health community because we are interested very much in local voices in this. And so this would really upset the apple cart. RFPs have been out for a while. I don't know what's going to happen with them. I'm encouraging the state not to award based on that PIHP, but we'll see with this lawsuit that has what's going to happen in court with that and what's that going to take care of. The Michigan Association of Community Mental Health Boards has been ringing the alarm on this ever since January of this year that this was going on. So I think it would behoove folks to pay attention to this, to see what happens in the court, to see what happens if the state actually does. I would encourage you to write the state and say, please don't issue an award under your RFP. Just because you put an RFP out doesn't mean you have to make an award. And there's a lot of other issues around this, the cost and all of that kind of stuff. So I just want to heighten the awareness of that issue, that if an award goes to, let's say, a private insurance company, there's going to be a lot more money taken out of the system for administration costs, which would mean a lot fewer services being available at the local level. So this very much is an issue that I would encourage my colleagues to have an interest in and follow. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner. You've been an advocate and keeping us abreast on that issue for several years. So here we are, finally. We were hoping we weren't going to get there. Now we're here. But yes, if we could voice our opinions on how we feel that would be detrimental to our system, that would be
You're
great.
right, Madam Chair. This has been going on for several years and a lot of different efforts to trim the local folks out of the deal.
Yes.
And none of them have been good ideas. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Wilson?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. Just a quick question here to the director who, was that cool? Could you step back up just for a second? Because I guess my question is, if the Michigan legislature, approved $270 million toward the RX Kids program, and now that's $270 million in limbo. Okay, so help me out, because you're saying that Wayne County is supplying all of the funding for the RX Kids.
No, it was,
You're on.
Help me out. Thank you. I appreciate it.
well, no, it was 2 parts of that.
Okay.
We're funding a portion, but we're getting some funding from the state. I'll have to get clarity on that part. I just checked my email, Director Johnson, that's what I was looking for. She did send an email to the person just to get clarity. If we're going to lose money, I haven't got a response yet. But a portion of the Wayne funding that we have, that you all allocated, we're funding RX Kids. So I can't say the part that's being lost from the state at this point.
So it's safe to say it's probably not going to be expanded, because I think the $270 million that was coming from the state was for an expansion of the program? Is that outside of Wayne, or you just said you?
That was for the state. The funds that you're speaking of, Commissioners, is the state funding for
Okay.
every place outside of Wayne County.
Outside
They
of Wayne
wanted to
County.
expand it to all of the UP. There's 5 communities in the UP, more of the UP, more on the western side of the state. That's what those funds. We
Okay,
do need clarity on how much of that was for the county, but I'm almost sure that was not part of our funding.
okay.
Correct, and
Oh,
I'll
we'll
double
get-
check that.
Yeah, we'll
if
double-
Because
we was
when we-
losing 270, I have a
Okay.
different conversation.
Because we have the conversation in the Health and Human Services Committee up under Chair Scott, we talked about the monies that we were gonna get from the state. And it was gonna intermingle with the monies that the county is gonna provide. That's why I was just somewhat confounded. But if I missed something, I
We'll,
apologize.
we'll
But I
get
just-
clarity for you, Commissioner.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair.
Commissioner Marecki?
Thank you. And what I was referring to, the upcoming funding, the 200 million or whatever they're getting, wasn't touched. It was
The past
last,
funding, the
the 18
24.
million that they didn't use, so they pulled it back. That was my
Yeah.
concern, that we're putting in 7 million. They were sitting on 18 million and it got pulled back. So why?
No, that's work projects. I think work projects are always, the money is always spent. And I guess somehow they stopped it this time. I mean, the Republicans. But-
This is the meeting after the meeting, I guess. No, no. Thank you for all the remarks by members. We'll get clarity on that issue.
right.
There's been a motion to adjourn.
Move to
All in
adjourn.
favor? All right. Happy holidays, everyone. Okay, I hate to